Welcome, everyone, to season 5. Can you believe that? Of Powerful Women Today Live. We have a treat, especially in the spring. We are all thinking spring cleaning, spring cleaning. So we have today Powerful Women Today mentor expert Loralee Humphreys, who's going to speak to us about the importance of cleansing before beginning a new initiative for your better self. So let's get started.
Empowering women on a global scale. Welcome to Powerful Women Today with Carolina Billings. Powerful Women Today is on a mission of inclusion, rewriting his story to include her story, and empowering, raising, and amplifying women's voices with professional speaking, publishing, original podcasting, and web TV. And now here's your host, the founder of Powerful Women Today, Carolina Billings.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to season 5. So today we have Loralee Humphreys, one of our PWT Mentor Experts. She is the creator of the Radiant Reset program. Who doesn't want to just reset? Welcome, Loralee.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Spring is a time, spring cleaning, right? We speak about spring cleaning, your environment, your mind, your spirit, everything. But we often think, okay, today is the day, right? Like starting tomorrow. And we tend to go cold turkey. Or, we think that is some sign of, commitment and conviction to just like starting today, right now. How is that counterproductive? Why do we need to reset before we start?
Well, I like to think back in just the basic rhythms of nature. And according to traditional Chinese medicine, they always look to the spring to clean out the internal organs, especially the liver, the gallbladder, and the intestines, just to move throughout the residue and the sluggishness from winter, so that the body's fresh and clean and energized to go into the next season, which is typically planting, growing, blooming, cultivating things. So even though we may not be in an agriculture environment, it's still important to follow this basic rhythm of nature, because that's how our bodies are built, and they best respond to that. So if you have a lot of sluggish buildup, so to speak, toxicity, kind of static in your energy system, it makes it's more challenging to think clearly, to feel balanced, to feel focused of where you want to go, what your new projects are to be, as well as just simply having the physical energy and stamina and health to go do the things that you want to do. And so, following the cycles of season, again, winter is a time of rest and rejuvenation. And so we need to take those periods throughout the year, following our own inner rhythms and instincts as to when it's time to pause, stop, think, connect with ourselves, get clear. And cleansing times is an excellent way of doing that, because you're allowing the body to slow down and cleanse and purge itself, which then also allows you to release and reevaluate thoughts and emotions that you've been swirling in your head that may no longer serve.
I like that. And when we think of, if we must use, I'm a visual kind of person. So if we think of a fan, right? Like, a ceiling fan, whenever we switch direction for like spring and, winter and summer seasons, the fan is going a certain direction. And before it can switch, it kind of comes to a stop. Then it begins to move in the opposite direction, right? So would you say that having that cleanse is like prompting your body to say, okay, something new is coming? So I'm thinking, so the question is the cleanse gentler than the new program that is being introduced? Like, is that how we gradually do it, or they're two separate different things?
Like how do you mean more gentler than the new program?
Like, will the cleanse, right? So say that, your detox is about removing sugar, right?
Yes.
So is the cleanse gentler than the program?
It depends. Every cleanse is different. Every body is different. Somebody may have a fairly easy time, and then the next cleanse they do, it nails them. You also have to take into account the degree of toxic load that you've accumulated. And that's not just toxicity from food, but it's also from people, from media, from environment, everything. And so it's hard to say because it's so different. You could do an intestinal cleanses and it's easy. The next one, you could be focused on the liver and then, so it's where you are at in your overall growth and what the body knows it needs in that cleansing time. Because you have to remember, the body is intelligent. We have to, trust that and lean to that, knowing that the body knows what is next in priority to clear out. And it may not be what we think it is.
I like that. The body has intelligence and the body has memory.
Yes.
As well, right?
Yes.
So the connection, I want to speak about the connection between your emotional well-being in the cleansing.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, yeah. This is a big and deep conversation, so I could just give you a snippet today. So we have not been taught to believe that first and foremost, we are energetic beings, electrical, magnetic energy. That's what we're comprised of. And then the body is built upon that matrix. Our emotions tend to be magnetic energy. Our thoughts tend to be electrical energy. Additionally, every cell in the body produces electricity. So when we are stuck in a loop, say, of doubting ourselves, of feeling like we don't matter, of that we can't do anything, negative thinking things that we have absorbed from our life, that energy, those emotions produce certain chemicals in the body to allow us to feel low self-esteem, to allow us to feel insecure. Not only are those chemicals creating the feelings for our perception, it's changing the biochemistry of our hormones, our neurotransmitters. It's affecting our digestion. It's impacting our immunity. It's affecting how our nervous system functions. There's an entire cascade of physical, biological functioning that now become hampered and downregulated as a result of our emotions. And if we're not aware, and if we're not willing to look at ourselves and really look at the patterns and do the work that it takes to come out from underneath them, our physical body over time will continue expressing that chemical tweaking or the off kilter. That leads to physical disease, period, straight up. So cleansing helps unravel all of that layer at a time and helps the body reset and remember what the proper biochemicals are that it needs to be producing. It helps it remember what the proper state of the nervous system needs to be in the majority of the time. And I promise you, it's not fight flight. So it just resets everything. And
we have sadly, or just maybe some maturity of our understanding, that every time we hear about the body and energy, people tend to think woo-woo. Right? They tend to think, oh, this is just a myth, or this is just urban. There's an actual electrical system, energy system that can be measured.
Yep.
Like it can actually be measured with scientific tools. So
yep.
This is science that we're speaking about. What's the greatest is that the greatest misconception that you keep encountering?
Yes, oftentimes, because I've spoken of the energy system for years, and I would get these looks that like, Loralee, you've got 3 heads. What are you saying right now? We have been so deeply conditioned for the good last 100 years to believe that our energy system doesn't exist. Hence the woo-woo, the rolling of the eyes, the smirking, the mocking of the idea. When in reality, the energy system has been known all over the globe for all kinds of cultures everywhere. There are multiple industries currently that know about the energy system. They call it by different names, so you cannot make the connection. They call it the biofield. They call it the wide body area network. So then you have to ask yourself, what are those industries? Meaning scientific, medical, military. Let that sink in.
Okay.
Why would those three industries know about your biofield and call it the wide body area network and know that it exists and work with it, but you don't? Why do they not want you to know about that? There's a lot of things you could explore there if you're willing to go deep into that. And
well, some of the natural healing and some is unfortunately is counterintuitive to a lot of the big, business, right? But now with social media and the democratization of information is the time, right? And this is why messengers like you are so important, and we're so proud to distribute your message to the greatest audience, because we need to know, like, oftentimes, I'm blessed enough to have completed my doctorate, and I'm only saying that because, needless to say, I've been in school for a long time, and I'm still shocked at some basic knowledge that you got to wonder, how did I not know these?
yeah.
Right. And it's being fragmented and segmented. And I would like to think, perhaps not with a malevolent intent. We're going to be very generous on that.
Yes.
But you know what? The time has come. So it's so important to connect with source, right?
Absolutely.
To connect with legitimate sources of information. And what I really like about you, aside from the fact that you're fabulous, is that you are a registered massage therapist, in addition to being a holistic certified, coach, but you know the body.
Mm-hmm.
You see how all of this energy, all of this mind transfers to the body.
Yes.
It actually materializes on the body.
It does. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the role of regular cleansing. What does that look like, and how many times a year do you need to do it?
Okay. Well, just to a brief intro on that, it's like, say, if you were never to take out the garbage of your house, if you were never to clean your bathroom or your kitchen, what would it look like in 6 months or a year? You wouldn't want to live there. Similarly with your body. So there's multiple ways of cleansing the body. It's good to do it when the seasons turn, in the spring and in the fall, because that's also when the dietary choices tend to make the biggest shift. So there's lots of juices you can do. Water fasting is very stringent. I would not recommend that unless you've done it for a long time and you've learned and you've got guidance. If you're rebuilding your body, I would not start there. Juice fasts, there's a lot of people that do that. Herbs and supplements and herbal teas can help. And what I use in my program is an enzyme protocol for cleansing, which is very effective, using high potent enzymes that have been prepared specifically for healing, clearing, and regenerating the body. And that is when they go to work on the waste and the buildup within the body, especially like the intestines and the liver, they're able to release a lot of old buildup that a lot of other cleanses, in my experience, haven't been able to do. So that's, if you wanted to do a good start, then just take a weekend, like 3 days, and just do a simple citrus juice blend of oranges, lemons, and grapefruit. Okay. Primarily lemon and grapefruit. And that will cleanse and flush out your whole lymphatic system, your blood, your liver, everything. So that's a good start.
And is that for like the weekend? That's all you drink?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to try it. So yeah, I'm loving all of these. And again, you bring the fusion. And this is so important. And I keep going back, right? Because, part of the dark side of the democratization of information is that there's a lot of misinformation. So I love the fact that you bring the fusion of nutrition, biofeedback, and the body knowledge, the anatomy and body knowledge through your massage practice, right? So you're really connecting dots that perhaps we're not used to connecting.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
Yeah, are a whole organism. Everything talks and everything works together. It's like our life is, there's no separation between your business and your family and your social friends. It's all one. We've been so conditioned to believe to chop up and separate everything. And that has not done us favors in terms of how we view our health. And so everything that I've always done and that I teach my clients to do is view yourself as a whole being.
Yeah.
Your mind, your emotions, your spirit, your lifestyle, your diet, everything has an effect.
That's right. That's right. And if you want to know more about this fusion, right, we do that with the 8 pillars of wellness and success are actually all integrated. But on our PWT Global Network, you can get tons more resources from Loralee, tons more access to ask questions, and more knowledge. So we are so excited to start, this cleanse, which I will try that citrus one on the weekend, and I'll tell you how that goes.
Good.
And so we're coming to the top of our segment. And what is something, I'm a today kind of girl. When I get excited and I want to do things, like, I want to do it now. What can I do now? So could you close our show today by saying, what can they do today to get started? And I know you have a gift for us, which will be put in the link will be put in the comment section. But if you could tell us about it, that would be wonderful.
Okay, so an easy, simple thing today that you can do is look at what's on your plate. What are you putting into your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Is it real food? Has it been cooked to death? The biggest way that we bring toxicity and heavy metals and dangerous chemicals into our body is what we put into our mouth.
Okay.
So look at what you're eating. Is it fresh, whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it something made in a factory loaded with fake things?
Yeah. And even the fresh stuff is a little bit compromised. So think about that, right? So you're doing the least damage by going with fresh fruits and products, right?
Yeah. One of the fastest ways to heal your body, to bring in the energies of beingness that you want to be, is by changing your diet and improving it.
Brilliant.
So, and then my free gift that I offer to everyone, it's a PDF explaining the root cause of gut issues, which is my specialty.
Brilliant.
Why can't you seem to get beyond that plateau? You spent thousands of dollars, done this and that and the other, and still that PDF gives you the answer.
Yeah. Plus also you have articles in our quarterly magazine, PWT Magazine, Powerful Women Today. So this is a journey. This is not something that, yes, you start, and these are great clips, great tips to get started. But know that is a journey. So pace yourself, right? Yes. Be gentle with yourself. Begin with the cleanse. And then continue from there. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Loralee, for giving us such a great boost, and what a perfect time to do it in the spring. So thank you, everyone. And until next time.
Empowering women on a global scale. This has been Powerful Women Today with Carolina Billings. To learn more about how you can join and transform your life and the lives of women everywhere with professional speaking, publishing, podcasting, and web TV, visit powerfulwomentoday.com. Remember to subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, YouTube, or wherever you like to listen and watch your podcasts.